For this project, we are going to make a trompe-l'oeil word. The meaning of trompe-l'oeil, just in case you don't remember from the lesson plan, is a visual illusion in art used to trick the eye into perceiving a detail as three-dimensional. So, with that being said, we are actually going to make a three-dimensional word. Now this part's a little bit tricky, so I suggest that you pick an easy word, something 3 to 5 letters long, probably no more than that. So you might want to pick a word, something inspirational. You could do the letters HMS, you could do hawks if you wanted to. I'm going to choose the word hope because that's something I think we need some of right now during these troubling times we've been living in. And I'm just going to hope that I can get through this lesson without having too many errors. Just so you all know, this is the second time I'm attempting this video, so I hope it works. All right, so you want to draw big enough to fill the page. If you have 3 letters, make them a little bit bigger. If you have 5 letters, make them a little smaller. You want them to all fit. Also, remember to draw light until it's right. I made mine a little darker just so you guys could see it on the video. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my strips of paper. I think I've included 8 in your art kits. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out my letters. You know what? I remember my last time that I tried to do this video. Since I am right-handed, I'm going to work from the right side to the left, just so my letters are not in my way as I work. So what I want to do is kind of like use my strips to trace around my letters. I'm going to fold that so it sticks. I don't know if you can see over. Let me move my tripod just a little bit. There you go. So you can see how I kind of traced around. I folded that part of my E and curve it up like that. And then right where it ends, I'm just going to put my fingers there so I can cut off the excess. And save your scraps because you might be able to use them later. Okay, so now I have this little shape here, and it's going to fit around my E. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut little tiny slits all the way down the edge of my paper. This is going to give you a little bit of a stem so your letters will stand upright. You don't want to go too far, just a little tiny bit. Okay, I don't know if you can even see that. Let me get closer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these kind of back and forth. These are going to make little, kind of like a little stand. See how small that is? You know what? There's a fold. I'm going to snip that too. And just alternate back and forth your little tabs. I did not do this part in my last video and it made it really hard. So this is a little trick that I've decided we're going to try to make it easier. Make those a little bit closer together so they'll fold easier. If they're not wanting to fold very easy without tearing the paper, just add a few more. And these are very small. Snip, snip, snip all the way down. Okay. All right, now that I've got that all snipped up, now I'm going to get my glue, and you want to use a little bottle of Elmer's glue, and I'm just going to trace my whole entire letter with my glue. You want to use a goodly amount of glue so this will stick down. There we go. All right, I'm going to start here, and you want to be patient with this part. You just go all the way down. Kind of get your glue kind of drug out on there and hold it down. Now the key ingredient on this is to be very patient. You do not want to rush this part or it will not work. It'll all come apart. So you want to hold it for probably about 30 seconds to a minute. The longer you hold it and the more patient you are with this, the better it will stick. All right, and see, voila, now my E is sticking straight up from my paper. I'm going to do the same thing, repeating the process. So I'm going to do the stem on my P. Make sure I got that the same distance from the top to the bottom. And I'm going to trim that little excess piece off. And I'm going to do the same thing, repeat the process. The little slits down the sides. And get closer to that so you can see. All right, then just alternate your tabs just like that, back and forth. This one, in theory, you shouldn't have to do as many because it's kind of a straighter shape, whereas my E had a lot of curve to it, so that's why I did a lot of smaller ones. All right, stick those flaps down, put your glue down. Don't be stingy on the glue or it's not going to stick. All right, now I'm going to put that down just like that. I'm going to wiggle it around to get the glue covered all over the bottom of that. And hold it again about 20, 30. So the glue is good and tacky. It doesn't have to be completely dry, but just tacky enough to hold it down. All right, and voila. And I'm going to continue to repeat that process. Oh, that scrap's too small. Bummer. Let's try this scrap. Now, if you have scraps, use those. But if not, that's okay too. All right. I'm just going to continue to repeat that process until I have all of my letters done. So I'm going to stop the camera so you can start working on building your letters. So good luck with this. I hope you're able to do this without any problems, but if you do, don't be afraid to ask for a little help. Good luck.